mortality. No, I have family.
Okay,
That, we lost
we're going to
the
go
village.
ahead and get started and call the Sacramento Public Library Authority meeting to order at 3:03 p.m. Clerk, if you wouldn't mind taking the roll, please, and reading the Metro Cable statement.
Larry Carr, Daryl Wu, Sean Farmer,
Here.
Garrett Gatewood,
Here.
Jay Chenier, Darren Soon,
Here.
Sue Frost, Jeff Slowey,
Here.
Karina Talamantes,
Here.
Eric Guerra,
Here.
Don Notoli, Stephanie Wynn.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind reading the Metro Cable statement.
This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority is being videotaped in its entirety and will be cablecast without interruption on Metro Cable 14, the government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T UVerse cable system, and it will be webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. Today's meeting is being shown live and will be repeated at 4 p.m. on Saturday, April 27th, and at 2 p.m. on Monday, April 29th, on Channel 14. This meeting is closed captioned. A DVD copy will be available for checkout from any library branch no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. A public copy of the full agenda, including reports, is available for viewing at the back table and is available on the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should complete a speaker identification form located at the back table and give it to the clerk. Please speak into the microphone when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard. In consideration of others, please silence your cell phone at this time.
Thank you very much. And I want to note Board Member Nguyen is now here as well, and I'm going to ask her to lead us in the pledge.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before I move on, I just want to make note for everyone, we do not have a closed session item today. I know it might be printed on your agenda there under 4.0. Just want to make note of that in case anyone wanted to speak to that. At this time, we're going to move to public comments on matters not on the agenda. I see one speaker slip in front of me. If you have anyone else would like to speak, please sign up. And I have Mr. Frederick Gale Jr. Good afternoon.
Very well. Frederick Gale, 7336 Fairlawn Way, North Highlands. I got a list of reading here. In the past, we've had Black History Month, and I was suggesting that a lot of black kids are falling behind, and other people are. And I was thinking that we have a monthly reading, Black Reading Month, or what have you, emphasizing probably the 30s. Say I was born in 31, and a lot of things took place from 31 up until now. And some of the suggestion I had reading was some of Wolfgang von Goethe's stuff, Allison Davis, Gunnar Myrdal, big little books. When I was a kid, you could get them for a nickel, and I had stacks of them my parents gave me. And the other famous movie I like, Driving Miss Daisy. Look at that. It comes from Atlanta to Mobile. And as a matter of fact, the family was the Friedman family, lived on Government Street, and they were friends of my mother. And if you ever get a chance, look at it deeply. When he went to the cemetery and taught this guy how to read. She was a former teacher. Okay, Lincoln Brigade, involvement in Spain, and the St. Louis. If you get a chance, look up the ship St. Louis, and you can really see some of the things that developed World War II and before. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gale. Okay, seeing I have no other speakers time to speak, I'll move on to item 3.0, presentations.
Presentations, 3.1, Sacramento Public Library Foundation.
Okay. I think Jim Derringer is here. Good afternoon, Jim. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well, thank you. For the record, my name is Jim Derringer. I'm president of the board of directors of the Sacramento Public Library Foundation. I just have a couple of reporting items briefly to follow up on things that, 2 months ago I told you would be happening. We had our annual major fundraiser, Authors on the Move, early in March, which was once again very successful. We had changed the date, advanced it by a week, which actually reduced by a few the number of tables we had. So that decreased our revenue a bit, but we had more sponsorships than we had in the past to help make up for it. So the event was very well received, as usual, and really good buzz in the room. And the following morning, the Library Foundation convened what we termed a Literacy Summit. And we had our keynote speaker from Authors on the Move, David Lawrence, as kind of the idea man there. And he stayed for the whole 4-hour session and was very, very helpful, very insightful. And I don't know if you recall from a couple of months ago, I mentioned he was a former editor of the Miami Herald, who 20 years ago when he retired founded this children's movement of Florida. And that has been really, really successful financially as well as otherwise. So he had a lot of good ideas for us. I was very inspired by this summit, partly because of who all was in the room. It was really quite a gathering of people. We had Councilman Garrow there, and he stayed for the whole time. Thank you very much for your participation. We had Rivka Sass, and we had Christy Ham representing the library. Christy Ham, excuse me. We had a representative there from Assemblyman Kevin McCarty's office, and we had 2 people, Jody Nelson and Elvia Ramirez, representing Sacramento State. 916 Inc. was there, Reading Partners, City Year, United Way, the Sacramento Region Community Foundation, Social Venture Partners, and the Arata Brothers Foundation. So, I mean, it was a really good intense idea session, and I think people came away very inspired. So we concluded as a group that we do want to get a children's literacy movement actually going in Sacramento as kind of a larger, higher profile effort that draws in a lot of different strands of activity. And so we've got a smaller group, I think 5 or 6 of the people who were there at the Literacy Summit who agreed to develop a marketing plan for the movement, and they've been meeting, and so I think sometime in May 15th, we're all getting together again to learn what they've come up with and take the next steps. So I think all of us really who attended were very excited by this, and I think it'll really help give a shot in the arm to all the individual efforts out there by different organizations who are trying to benefit literacy generally and children's literacy in particular. So that's really my report. I do, as I mentioned 2 months ago, I mean, I have a presentation I want to make to the Finance Committee or Finance Advisory Committee, I'm not sure what the name is. And so I understand you have a meeting this month or in May, early May sometime, so I would appreciate being advised, when that is so I can attend.
We can absolutely do that. Rivka, if we can make a note of that. Or do you know when it is?
I just want to clarify one thing. Do you want to speak with the Budget Audit Committee or the Finance Advisory Committee? They serve 2 very different functions.
Finance Advisory Committee.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you for all your work you and the foundation do. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Jim? Okay. Councilman Garrett?
Yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for putting together that morning summit on a Sunday, and to see how well attended it was. And I think the fact that we're considering a movement on children's literacy, we talk about our kids having good eating habits, exercise habits, and one of the things that I think would help is if we start putting literacy back in the forefront of everything we do, and I think that would help our efforts, both here at the library and also what our friends at the library and Library Foundation are doing as well. So
right. And thank you again for your participation. I appreciate it.
And personally, I appreciate the Authors on the Move. My wife and I had a great time. It's a very unique event. If nobody's ever been, I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thanks. Okay. Item 3.2, Friends of the Sacramento Public Library. Hello.
Hello, my name is Anita Scurry, and I'm president of the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library. Every year I issue the Library Authority Board a challenge to participate with the Friends of the Library and the Big Day of Giving to help support the library's program called Book First. I think you should all have a little flyer from us. It's really important, and if you can't give money, there is a social media campaign that will be occurring, and we encourage you to participate in that and retweet whatever our volunteer social media people are doing, because we are an all-volunteer organization. I'd also, so that's May 2nd, but you can schedule your donations now. Just keep that in mind. I'd also like to talk about our new website. We have a brand new website. And there it is in all its glorious color. It's really different than our old one. It uses some of the library colors, the green and the purple, with our own edition of the coral. And if the video the library created, which is up there by the Big Day of Giving sign, it's a 30-second video, and it's certainly worth watching. It was developed by a library staffer, Brian Strand, and he wrote and played the music that goes with this video. So I think they're going to play the video. And I thank the library for that video. I think it's wonderful, and the video was taken at a Book First distribution at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School, where we got permission to film the children. So that's our news. Our 509A3 organization is getting some funding and will be up and running soon. It's doing all of its policies and procedures and all the paperwork that needs to be done for it to become a viable legacy gift for branch libraries sort of organization. Do you have any questions?
Are there any questions? Comments? Okay. Well, I just wanted to say on behalf of the board, again, we also appreciate all that the Friends do for the library and our children.
We feel like it's truly a partnership, and we appreciate that opportunity. So thank you.
Great, thanks. Okay, these next two items I think speak to all the operations of our library. There's, I think time is our most valuable asset for most of us, and so when you recognize what people value and where they spend their time, and so I want to invite our new volunteer coordinator, Leslie Goto, up to bring 3 new teen volunteers and talk to us about volunteering. We're going to recognize and celebrate our public library volunteers.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Leslie Gatto. I'm the Volunteer Services Coordinator for the Sacramento Public Library. During the month of April, we take the time to thank our volunteers for all they contribute to the success of the library. In 2018, our teen, adult, and Friends of the Library volunteers contributed over 101,000 hours of their time and talent to support our programs and services. This year, I have the honor of presenting to you two of our teen volunteers. Each of them have made a significant contribution to the library and to their communities, and we are here today to acknowledge and celebrate them. I introduce to you first Molly Milazzo, Youth Services Librarian at Arcade Library. Thank you.
All right. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
That's great. Haven't done anything yet. My name is Molly. Good afternoon, everyone. Library staff, members of the board. everyone who's here today. I'm here to introduce one of our fabulous teen volunteers from the Arcade Library. Her name is Nina. I first came to know Nina when her brother was volunteering at the library, which he did for a few years, and was acknowledged at the Dovia Volunteer Foundation Awards one particular year. And when she got old enough, she decided that the library was the place that she wanted to volunteer and spend a few hours on her Saturdays. So without further ado, I know she can speak very well for herself.
Good afternoon, board members, library staff, and fellow volunteers. I'm Nina Nitel. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you, especially Molly Milazzo, for this opportunity for me to speak here today. The library has been a part of my life and family ever since I was really little. My dad has taken me and my brother almost every week during my childhood. I'm so happy to have been volunteering with the Arcade branch of the Sacramento Public Library every week for the past several months. To start with what I've been doing, I've been assisting with a few events. My first one was in February. It was the How to Adult fair for teens. I greeted attendees and guests and sat in on a presentation on self-care. The next one was earlier this month at our branch's prom drive giveaway. I assisted with preparing and setting up for the event. I unpacked boxes and set up some of the clothing along with other teen volunteers. Another event was last Saturday. There was a balloon making and face painting event. I was trained how to make a few kinds. On the day of the event, I taught members of our community how to make the different designs. Sometimes it was difficult getting through to a few people, but it was fun as we went along. I also prepare for events I don't necessarily participate in. For example, I've cut papers out and sorted stickers. In February, there was a children's story time for Valentine's Day. So a few days before, another teen volunteer and myself decorated a little Valentine's frog to prepare for the event. I also do a lot of shelving and organizing. Once the books are sorted, I put them on the shelves. Also, a lot of times, the children's movies are all out of order, so I take the time to reorganize them. I'm so happy to be volunteering, and it has given me great insight to how hard you all work to make the library a great space for the community. Again, I thank you all for this opportunity for me to speak here this afternoon.
Nina, thank you for all the work that you do. Anybody want to add anything?
We have another volunteer.
Okay, great.
And here is Susanna, a fellow teen volunteer and outreach partner who works at the Carmichael and Rancho Cordova libraries.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and to introduce one of my fabulous teen volunteers. I'm going to introduce Audrey Davis. I started at Sacramento Library in 2017. She started in 2015 as a teen volunteer. So she's been here longer than I have, and my first memory of Audrey was when I was doing my very first program for the library. More people came than I expected. I was a little uneven about it, but she just jumped right in, and she was like, I'm here, and she made it work. I was so thrilled to have her there and throughout the last 2 years at the library. Audrey is one of our very first teens to have joined the Carmichael Library Teen Advisory Board. She's dedicated at helping with all of the events that we plan, and she has a very strong voice in our book club. So she is a veteran teen volunteer. She exemplifies her passion and dedicating to helping others. So I'll let Audrey speak for a little bit.
Hello.
Hi.
So when I first joined, I originally wanted to volunteer for a bit of a job experience. But as I got older and I spent more time volunteering, I got much more out of that. I now have experience for myself, and I'm giving back to our community. Along the way, I have met interesting people, both in our books and in our libraries. And I use these experiences to make me less shy and more friendly. I've gained appreciation for our library system, and I've gained skills that I can keep for life. I enjoy setting up and helping with our events, and I enjoy being with the people. and I even enjoy the small things like shelving because I can find and know what to read next. I wanted to say thank you to both my parents for bringing me here, and to the library system and our board.
Where are your parents? All right. Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Appreciate all your work.
So I originally had 2 volunteers come in, and Danya just made it through the door, so I'm going to introduce Danya.
Oh, great.
She has started volunteering at the Carmichael Library since last September, and she's impressed me so much because she's become a core member of the Teen Advisory Board, so she helps with all of the heavy lifting of the programs for families. We had a pumpkin party where we had 100 people come, and she was instrumental in planning that. And she really knocked me off my socks a few weeks ago because she's inspired to start a club at her school for libraries. So she wants to find a way to make the library more accessible even to teens who are on her school and can't always come to the library. So here's Danya.
Fantastic. I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. Is it Lania?
Danya.
Danya.
Yeah.
Danya, thank you.
With a D. Okay. So volunteering for the library has taught me many things, such as how important it is to communicate with your library and to help out, because our community is very small as it is, and to help out and try to unite the community as much as possible is very important for our library. When I first started working at the library, it was kind of boring, not gonna lie, because I did something called shelving. It was like just shelving books. It was not very interesting in my opinion. So, and then thankfully Susanna introduced me to TAB, Teen Advisory Board, which has helped me a lot because I've met new people, I've communicated, I've helped out with planning, I've done multiple different kind of things which have helped me. My personal aspects also has helped the library in multiple ways. So I started working at the library for community service, but I stayed to help the community grow as a whole and help unite the community. That's it.
Thank you, Danya. And just for all 3 of you, thank you all for not only the work that you do, but the example that you're setting for your generation. I'm so thrilled to hear that the life skills and lessons that you're learning. And again, I want to thank the parents for bringing them down here, but also the great job you did in raising young adults here. Thank you all very much. Yeah. So the next item, 3.4, is the proclamation celebrating National Library Worker Day, which was on April 9th. And I understand we don't have necessarily officially to receive it, but I'm going to go ahead and ask Suzanne and Molly to come back up, because I think just I want to acknowledge not only you, but all the folks that work for the Sacramento Public Library. You guys have created an atmosphere for, you just heard these young adults, inspiring them to want to come and volunteer and do more with the library, and to everybody making the library such a great place. If you look at, we're going to hear about the report later on, but more people are getting library cards. I'm seeing those numbers, an uptick in those numbers, and I think it's in large part to all the staff, all the work that you've done on behalf of the board and for Rivka over here. So thank you all for doing all this.
A picture of the volunteers with their mentors?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sorry, with my iPhone. Not okay. Stop. Act like you like each other. Cute. Do you want to be in the room? I'm sure.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Okay. All right. So we don't have, like I said, closed session number 4. We're going to go on to number 5, Director's Report. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Soon. So if we seem a little discombobulated this month, it's because it's our first all-electronic migration to the Granicus system, and we're really excited about it. And I would like to give a shout out to Roxana Purner, because she cracked the whip. And we did it, and there's no going back. It's the coolest thing ever. I mean, I actually started my May director's report because of Roxana.
Did you consult with Supervisor Natoli on that?
We did deliver a paper packet.
I have a hard time with it too, Don, actually.
Well, so speaking of which, one of the next phases of this peak agenda system implementation is that we want to make sure all board members can access it via their iPads or Android devices. So we're going to be asking you to send Roxana your preference, and then we will provide some online training for you. I know some of you are already totally comfortable and using devices, so she'll send a follow-up email and we'll get that out to you. But we're really thrilled with how the workflow is changing, and it's actually, I think, going to make us a whole lot more efficient. So is anybody here hearing any little voices?
Right.
Do I hear some voices?
Extra workers in the
Do you know what
background.
today is? Today is Bring Your Child to Work Day, and we have some kids who've been working at the library all day. So do you guys want to come up and introduce yourselves? No? You want to stand up and take a bow?
Come on, stand up. There you go.
Hey.
I see a cape. Is that a cape? Oh, that's
If you see the young man in the blue shirt, his title says director, so I guess we've already made that choice. But we have here Cormac, Orion, Finnegan, and Avonlea is outside. So they've been helping all day, and they've been doing a super job. So we want to give them a round of applause.
Oh, that's great.
We start them young at Sacramento Public Library. I want to mention just a couple of things in my written report. Yes, usage of the library continues to rise. We've had great program attendance. Want to make a couple of corrections. I spelled the word, I put the accent on the wrong letter in the word, in the term Dia de los Niños. It should be over the I, my mistake, and my proofreaders didn't catch it, even though one of them speaks Spanish as her first language.
Speak, not read. Speak.
It's okay. And we're getting started with summer reading. I inadvertently wrote May 15th because sometimes the start date is a moving target. It actually begins June 1st, but there will be an ice cream social at Bell Coolidge Park, sponsored by the Friends of the Bell Coolidge Library, and that's basically our system-wide sort of summer reading kickoff, and Council Member Chenier is quite involved with that event, and we'll be showing a film. Did you know that? And other very exciting things, of course. Want to mention a couple of other things. That is, we have a community meeting. I'm sure Supervisor Frost will address that coming up regarding potential opportunity in Orangevale. We are continuing to move forward with North Sacramento and a potential partnership with Cap City. We really hope that will happen. And we're busy renovating Galt and Sylvan Oaks libraries. What else can I say? We're also working on our May preliminary budget for the board to approve at the May 23rd meeting. And in that, you will see some enhancements for security, including a couple of library positions that we're proposing, and we'll bring more information to you next month. So I think that's about it, other than I urge you all to please read the Library Journal lovely tribute to Amber Clark, who was named a mover and shaker posthumously. We would much rather that she were here with us today so that we could celebrate that very important distinction. Only 50 librarians from across the United States are selected each year, and she had been selected before she was tragically killed. And speaking of Amber, the Sacramento City Council will hear a request to rename the teen space at the North Natomas Library for Amber. And I want to thank Councilmember Ashby for her support and help with making that possible.
That's fantastic.
I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
Any questions for Rivka? Director Frost?
I just want to thank Rivka and all the library staff for all of your help in in getting us this far with Orangevale. It looks like we are having a community meeting that Rivka is going to be leading out and helping with on the 29th in Orangevale, and where the community is going to come together and have a conversation around the new expansion of the Orangevale Library. And basically the opportunity is wonderful. I know Rivka is still reviewing some of the renderings and to make sure that everything is in order before we go public with that. But I want you to know that the community is thrilled, and it's not everything we dreamed of, but we're thrilled just to have the opportunity to have more space. So I want to thank you and all your staff for all that you did to help make this possible, and thank the board for helping us get here also.
We're very excited. I want to give a shout out to Jared, who's been working really closely with county facilities, and all the elements are there. We may make some tweaks about where things are, but we're excited and happy with everything that county facilities came up with too. So looking forward to Monday night.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll just take the opportunity to give an update on the Elk Grove Library as well. We'll be moving forward with these improvements. Even if we have to sell the building, we'll need to get these improvements done anyway. We're looking at a facility on the east side of town, but nothing's imminent at this point. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question regarding STEM kits. What goes into a STEM kit?
A STEM kit?
Yeah.
Well, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math.
Right.
And so this was an idea actually put forth by a staff person to create kits that parents can then check out. It includes usually books to read. It includes some experiments and some simple objects for people to actually have fun around science, technology, engineering, and math. And
All
they'll
right.
check out much the same way our Crocker art packs and some of the other resources that we make available via backpacks. Is Lisa still here? Am I missing it? She wants, she brought some.
Oh, look at that. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's showcase them so folks can come down and get them.
Yeah, so here they are, books, little magnifying glasses,
Yeah.
magnets, we have digital microscopes, all
Bugs,
kinds of
I
fun
see
stuff.
bugs,
Yes.
a sheet that explains what to do with it.
And of course, we've had to test them out, and this is the favorite one for my granddaughter and my husband.
Okay. Good to know.
Thank you, I'm so glad.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, we're
Well,
really
see-through,
excited
you
about
can take them
that.
to the Ariana Grande concert, right? You can take them into the concert with you, right? Kids want to take them there? Good to go?
Board Member Talamontes.
No, are you?
Yeah. So I also
my
wanted to
stem
thank Rivka and the library staff for our community meeting that we had with the Friends of the North Sacramento Library. We had about 50 people there. And we were there for 2 hours, had pizza, had great dialogue about what a library means to you, and, you know, brought me back to being in preschool and driving 30 miles to our nearest library and sitting in the little pit and getting read to. So I'm really thankful for the libraries. You know, they truly make a positive impact in the lives of our children and creating a safe space for our communities. So thank you guys for the dialogue, and I'm looking forward to next steps.
Thank you, it was our pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you, Rivka.
Sure.
If there are no more comments, I'm going to move on to item 6.0, information. 6.1.
Item 6.1, monthly financial report, January 2019. Item 6.2, monthly treasurer's report, January 2019. Item 6.3, monthly financial report, February 2019. Item 6.4, monthly treasurer's report, February 2019. Item 6.5, transfer eligibility list, policy and procedure.
Okay. Thank you, Roxana. Are there any questions on any of those items? Okay. Seeing none, I'm going to move on to consent item 7.0.
Item 7.1, action summary, February 28, 2019. Item 7.2, contract approval, ratifying the contract with Consolidated Communications. Item 7.3, contract renewal, Envisionware annual maintenance. Item 7.4, contract approval, custodial and office supplies, Staples Business Advantage for office supplies. Item 7.5, contract approval, Unique Integrated Communications. Item 7.6, revised position descriptions, administrative analyst and senior payroll technician.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or concerns?
Move
If not,
approval.
all right, so I hear a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Okay, motion passes. Thank you. 8.0, reports, ideas, and questions from any board members. Anything? All right. If not, thank you very much, everybody. Meeting is adjourned.